Welcome to Inside the Vandals, a weekly show covering University of Idaho football and the Vandals in action. Inside the Vandals is brought to you by the School of Journalism and Mass Media and by the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Hotel, Spa, and Resort.
Welcome to Inside the Vandals, brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Hotel, and Resort. I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
Chris, such an exciting week this past week in Vandal Athletics. So many different things going on. We opened the Big Sky opener right here tonight, Memorial Gym for volleyball. But this past week, we took on Eastern Washington, number 11, right here in the Dome. It was such a good game. I had a chance to catch up with head coach Paul Petrino to talk about that game last week and what we can look forward to against the Northern Colorado Bears. I'm here with head coach Paul Petrino. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
So you played Eastern Washington last week. One heck of a game right here in the Dome. For all the fans that were watching, what does it feel to be at practice back this week with that win under your belt?
Yeah, it always feels good, but then guys got to move on. You know, it was a great win. We prepared really hard for it. We went out and executed really well. But then you got to get back to work, and now all we got to worry about is Northern Colorado. But I was really proud of our players, proud of our assistant coaches. I think everybody played really well, started up front, the offensive line and defensive line. But everybody did a good job, and super proud of them. But now that's behind us. It's time to move on and get ready for the next game.
Absolutely. Somebody to talk about this past weekend, the man coming off the edge, Charles Acano, 9 tackles, a forced fumble, just a force to be reckoned with this past weekend. What are some of the things you have to say about him?
You know, Charles has just gotten better and better. You know, he didn't play a ton of football growing up and didn't play as much in high school as many years as a lot of people do. So I think each year he's been here, he's gotten better and better. He's always been big and strong and athletic and explosive, but I think each year he's gotten better and better on his technique and his fundamentals and just continues to grow and get better, and just super proud of him.
Glad to hear that. So I had a feeling that in at least the first half, but the whole game, that Mark Vaught, Jace Malik, and Colin Sather all had a part to do with that game and just their spirits being with the team. What were the emotions for your team when you took the field on Saturday?
Yeah, our emotions were very, very high, very excited, ready to get after them. And I agree with you. I think there was a part of all three of them in us too. Gives everybody a little bit more strength, a little bit more power, and it was a way to honor them all. And you know, we miss all three of them, love them, and we'll always try to do everything we can to represent them the best we can.
Always a part of the Vandal family. So just one last question for you, Coach. We're traveling to Northern Colorado this week to take on the Bears. They're off to a rocky start this season. What can we expect from that game?
Yeah, but you know, they play tough. You watch the games, like Sacramento ended up being they lost by quite a bit, but 4 minutes left to go in the first half was 7-0. Washington State, it was 14-10 at the end of the first quarter. They played San Jose State tough the whole game, and San Jose State just beat Arkansas. So they're a team that can beat us. If we're not ready to play, they'll beat us. So we got to do a great job of having a good week of preparation, go out there and execute well and play hard.
Awesome. That's all we have for now. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you. Good job.
This moment right now, you'll never get it back. So attack it. Attack the moment. Attack every moment.
This is my final year. Gotta leave it all on the table.
Go get what you want. Preseason awards are nice. Postseason awards are better.
Postseason games are the best.
See yourself there. See yourself beating the champs. Playing in the game where all eyes are on you.
That's why I'm out working those guys while nobody's watching.
Push yourself to the limit. Push yourself past your limit. Go where you didn't know you could go.
That's why our foes will fall.
Chris, after watching the game this past Saturday and hearing what Coach Petrino had to say, you know that Mark Vaught, Jace Malik, and Colin Sather all had something to do with the performance on Saturday, especially in the first half. Only 103 total yards on offense and 6 first downs for Eastern. We played so lights out.
Their spirits will always be remembered here with Vandal Athletics, Harrison. But we can also not forget about Charles Acano and his miraculous performance on Saturday. 9 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and gaining National FCS Player of the Week honors. He proves once again why he's a dominant force for this Vandal defense.
Going to be doing a lot for us this season. Can't wait to see what he brings. Coming up after the break, Zach Kellogg and Delaney Buell with Vandals in action and looking at what Debbie Buchanan's legacy has done at the U of I.
Here you go, hon.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer. Did you ever notice that the very first bite of every great meal is always the potato? That's why it should always be an Idaho potato. Only genuine Idaho potatoes have the perfect taste and texture to get your meal started right.
Oh.
Hey, look!
It's huge.
Oops, gotta go.
Wait! Come back! grab your flip-flops because September is our $30,000 Let's Party Beaches giveaway at Coeur d'Alene Casino. Win one of 5 travel, cash, and EPC prize packages valued at up to $5,000 each, plus 15 more EPC and cash prizes. So come and play with your Core Rewards card and earn entries now through the prize giveaway on September 21st. It's the Let's Party Beaches giveaway, only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
You're listening to KUOI 89.3 FM, just one of the many entities offered as part of student media here at U of I. Coming up, we have a segment on the Argonaut and the Blot, where students of all majors can get paid for their work reporting and writing for the university's leading publications. Students get a taste of the real world of radio, meeting a deadline, and seeing their work reach the community. For more information, go to the U of I student media page and see how you can get hired.
Welcome to Vandals in Action. I'm Delaney Buell.
And I'm Zach Kellogg.
Zach, Idaho Volleyball on the road once again last week to close out their non-conference schedule in the Grand Canyon University tournament. Kind of a similar outcome as the UNLV tournament, winning the first match but losing the next 2.
You know, with those first matches, the first one being against Nebraska Omaha, real tough 5-set win, but then the next day bouncing back 2 matches in one day, real tough to try and pick up wins there. But a bright spot, head coach Debbie Buchanan for volleyball picked up her 300th career win, entering her 20th year with the program. Huge accomplishment led by this young group of players.
You know, like we say, the younger group of players trying to step up to the plate and meet the expectations that head coach Debbie Buchanan has set for them. Izzy Haddon had a chance to sit down and talk to head coach Debbie Buchanan about the newcomers and also talk to senior captain Delaney Hopin about how the newcomers progressed through the non-conference schedule.
With last year's successful senior squad gone, this year's volleyball team looks to exceed expectations with a large group of underclassmen. This team is one of the youngest the university has seen in a while, with only 3 upperclassmen and 13 underclassmen. Head coach Debbie Buchanan says despite their losing record, the team is growing and the underclassmen are stepping up and making an impact.
You know, I don't really see a huge division right now. It feels like everyone is kind of on a level playing ground and they're all like, hey, anything can happen, anyone can play. We played UNLV, we won in 5, and we had 4 true freshmen on the court at one time.
With the underclassmen already meeting Coach Buchanan's expectations early in the year, team chemistry looks to be the main thing that could help this team reach their goals. Delaney Hopin, a senior captain, says this team is probably the closest team she has ever been a part of.
It's good chemistry on the court as well as off the court, and that's not really something you could fake, you know? It's really genuine.
Hopin predicts that the team will finish in the top portion of the conference this year, despite having such a young team.
I solely say that it doesn't matter how old we are, because we play with so much intention and so much heart every single time we play that we genuinely want to get better and we want to play for each other, and we work really, really hard. And in the game of volleyball, if you're scrappy and you can't put the ball down, it makes a win.
With non-conference over, the Vandals look toward the Big Sky and hope that they have enough experience and team chemistry to excel and beat the preseason coaches poll where the Vandals were picked 7th. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Izzy Haddon.
For centuries, we, the Coeur d'Alene tribe, have honored our resources as good stewards and our region as good neighbors. We've built a world-class casino resort hotel that supports hundreds of jobs, funds healthcare and other services, and has generated more than $33 million for education. Because we've been an integral part of this land for generations, and we will be for generations to come.
Here you go, hon.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer. Did you ever notice that the very first bite of every great meal is always the potato? That's why it should always be an Idaho potato. Only genuine Idaho potatoes have the perfect taste and texture to get your meal started right.
Hey, look! It's huge!
Oops, gotta go.
Pack up your sunscreen and grab your flip-flops because September is our $30,000 Let's Party Beaches giveaway at Coeur d'Alene Casino. Win one of 5 travel, cash, and EPC prize packages valued at up to $5,000 each, plus 15 more EPC and cash prizes. So come and play with your Core Rewards card and earn entries now through the prize giveaway on September 21st. It's the Let's Party Beaches giveaway, only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
What an electric match for Idaho soccer on Sunday. Let's take a look back.
Idaho fought hard, outshooting the Fighting Hawks 14-4. The first goal for Idaho happened early in the game with a great corner by Maddie Haas to find Emmy Moore to complete it. The final 2 goals were in the last 5 minutes, first by North Dakota to tie it up, then by Juliana Tatar to secure the win for the Vandals. With having the 11th toughest non-conference schedule in the nation, the Vandals, according to Coach Clevenger, are ready for their first conference game against Montana.
Getting ready for our conference, being more dangerous, we're better defensively, and so I think we're going to be hungry and ready for conference.
Idaho will start their Big Sky Conference play right here in the Dome on Friday. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Delaney Buell.
And wouldn't you know it, Delaney, it's finally here. Basketball season is officially kicking off with the first practices for men's and women's teams for 2019-2020.
The first game for the men being on October 22nd, less than a month away in Memorial Gym. You know, with a new team, new look, always striving to want to win that Big Sky Championship.
Yeah, interim head coach for the men's team, Zach Claus, and women's head coach, John Newley. Really excited about these new look teams, and also, like you said, reaching that ultimate goal of winning the Big Sky Championship.
Coming into this, we knew that the guys would have a tremendous amount of energy, which they did. The test to us is how are we on Thursday and Friday. These guys have been terrific all fall, even going back into the summer in terms of their work ethic, their toughness, their maturity about attacking each day has been terrific, and today was no different. They came with the energy, and they were smiling ear to ear, so that was a good thing. It's what the first day of practice should be. In terms of our returning guys, you look first at Markel and Chance, guys that have been around, older guys that both of those guys, you never question how hard they're practicing. So those are a couple guys that, whether they're saying something or not, them leading by example, they always do a really good job. Scott Blakeney's been here for, going into his 3rd year. He's somebody that knows how we do things and that the guys can pull from. And then, we've got 3 point guards that are new into the program, and if you play the point guard, it's no different than if you're a quarterback, that you've got to accept some leadership responsibility, whether the ball's in your hands, whether we're on defense. So between Keishad, BJ, and Damon, all 3 of those kids, we're looking to them for leadership as well.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how we evolve without Mike and Tay being here. They provided a lot of scoring for us, a lot of great leadership from both those two, and veterans in the program, and obviously both Hall of Fame careers in my mind. So, everybody's gonna have to dive in. Everybody's gonna have to do more. I expect the freshmen to really come in and contribute to what we're doing. And again, as all the spots are wide open now. We lost about 76 minutes of playing time between those two. I rode them hard the last couple of years, but again, the competition's wide open. It should be great.
And with the seasons now changing, it's nice to see basketball on the horizon, still a little bit away, but still have the fall sports in full swing entering their conference seasons.
Speaking of fall sports, Zach, don't you have somewhere to be?
Yeah, coming up next, Idaho Volleyball facing off against Portland State for their Big Sky season opener. I'll be there with the call. Hope to see you all there.
For Inside the Vandals, that was Zach Kellogg, and I'm Delaney Buell, and we'll see you all next time.